So Solana's been something I've been really focused on. On Solana came this cycle's big surprise, which was the rise of memes. Solana's rich, cheap, the easiness to spin up a token on the Solana ecosystem made it very interesting. The advent of Fire Dancer coming, compressed NFTs, 1 million NFTs for $100, and then Fire Dancer, which is still to come, is a very big deal.
In today's video, Real Vision co-founder and CTO Roll, Powell discusses the rise of Solana nailing the meme coin cycle and where the whole crypto space is going next. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video.
One of the big bets that I took was Solana. I think many of you are aware of this. I had been following Solana from the prior cycle. It was one of the breakout tokens with Avalanche and Matic, Polygon. And then we had the crushing bear market in the FTX news, and I saw that this was not making the community fall apart, it was making them stronger. I also saw how the technology behind Solana made it faster and cheaper, and that they were focused on retail adoption. And I thought this was really interesting. And back in 2022, when the liquidity cycle bottomed, and my work at Global Macro Investor and Real Vision Pro Macro had identified that as the timing, I kind of went heavier into Solana, and eventually looking at the Solana versus ETH and Bitcoin cross rates, that prompted me to kind of go all in September of last year. So Solana's been something I've been really focused on. On Solana came this cycle's big surprise, which was the rise of memes. Solana's rich, cheap, the easiness to spin up a token on the Solana ecosystem made it very interesting. The advent of Fire Dancer coming, compressed NFTs, 1 million NFTs for $100, and then Fire Dancer, which is still to come, is a very big deal.
My journey into Solana was, obviously I saw it in the last cycle. I own some of it. It went up a lot. You know, it's one of the leading chains. And then obviously the destruction that then happened, and you just see that the community didn't move. But the big moment for me was, it was in March 2022. And I was at some fancy boutique investment bank, their ski thing.
Sure.
And there was, and Tolly was there, plus the head of Instagram, the head of music at YouTube, Yuga, Natalie from Yuga at the time, a bunch of others. And I saw that Tolly knew everybody. And Tolly's not the kind of gregarious showman. He's, but he kind of knew all of these people.
Yeah.
And I sat back and I kind of processed it when I left. I thought, there's something very interesting going on here. This is going to be the retail chain.
I completely agree.
And that was, you know, when we got the final big flush out, that was the big signal for me, is right, nobody's leaving this. I know how many people are interested in working with these guys, not because they were giving out the biggest grants, but because they had a tech stack that worked and it was applicable to cultural things. If they were looking at music and they were looking at Instagram, okay, this is really interesting to me.
According to Bit and Mexico founder Arthur Hayes, the next few months will offer an ideal opportunity to accumulate crypto before the next leg of the bull market kicks in. Those people who have fiat and extra cash that want to allocate to crypto, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Haste pull Cointelegraph. According to Hayes, inflationary monetary policies will play the main role in propelling Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency market higher later this year. Major economies around the world are going to print even more money between now and, say, the next 18 to 24 months, Hayes predicted. According to Hayes, the upcoming United States presidential elections will be a bullish catalyst for crypto, as the country's financial authorities will be incentivized to implement looser monetary policies, possibly to support President Joe Biden's re-election. In the past, periods of monetary expansion have led to crypto market rallies. When you control the purse of the government, it's very easy to do so by printing money. Borrowing it and handing it out to people in various forms is explained. On the subject of demand, United States Spot Bitcoin Exchange Traded Funds ETF managed a strong day of inflows on May 6. Data from sources including United Kingdom-based investment firm Farsight confirms that all 10 spot ETF, including the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust GBTC, so either neutral positive flows. These totaled $217 million. On May 3, GBTC saw its first day of inflows since its conversion to an ETF. As long as inflows stays positive here, the supply's getting scooped up. So overall, quite bullish. Popular commentator Whale Panda wrote in part of an X reaction, "Will Pina additionally describe the inflows to the newly launched Hong Kong spot ETF as very stable volume-wise, with consistent $8.9 million.
The other big thing that happened in Solana, there's always something in a cycle that kind of takes everybody by surprise. It was probably NFTs last time around, and this time it was memes. I think most of us understood that culture was going to get tokenized. At first, I thought it would come out of the music industry. At first, I thought it was going to come in different ways. And then and I was looking at social tokens. You know, that was my big focus in the previous cycle. And here we've got a different adaptation of social tokens, which is memes, but not based around existing communities like Taylor Swift, but out of fucking nothing, just culture. Exactly. And it also plays into this idea that people are shut out of the financial system. They can basically go to Vegas with terrible odds. They can play the lottery, but they're shut out of VC. They're shut out of most things, and the government's trying to shut them out of most of crypto. And here's something that is kind of unregulated and gives them the ability to generate some wealth in a casino kind of atmosphere. But I could say casino in the right way, like, you know, there's the probabilistic outcome here. And it just has been massive. Did you see this? I mean, you're wearing a Bonk shirt. You saw this coming from Bonk, or was it?
Yeah, so...
Because Doge, I mean, people forget that Doge is like a cockroach, right? It is 40,000%. It outperformed Ethereum most of the time over the longer run. It's outperformed Bitcoin in certain at various points in the cycle significantly. So culture's here to stay.
Many coins like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and Pepe are among the cryptocurrencies underperforming the market on May 6, highlighting a diversion from the momentum that drove the sector higher last week. Data from CoinGecko shows that the total market capitalization of many coins has dropped in the last 24 hours, falling 2.7% to $55.48 billion, want to climb the most, losing 6% of his market value over the last 24 hours. Fluky followed with a 3.3% loss, and Memecoin came in third after declining 3% of the same period. From a historical perspective, the bull market is usually driven by a rally in all coins. However, in line with the current correction of memory coin prices, the total market cap of all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and other, has experienced a pullback after its rally that began in October 2023. The chart shows that Total 3 has decreased by 15% since the first week of April to $661.41 billion. This pullback has led to the appearance of a descending parallel channel on the weekly chart, as shown below. Traders book profits as the relative strength index RSI on the weekly chart became overbought after crossing 70 at the height of the Solana-based member coin frenzy. And RSI reading above 70 means the altcoins were becoming overvalued, so they embarked on a trend reversal or corrective pullback.